Now you listen here, Jimmy. The only way you're gonna save yourself from those nightmares is if you stay a virgin to those horror picture shows they're showing down at the theater. You stay away from those films, you hear? I don't know, Tom. I kinda like those movies. You know, they give me kind of a thrill you can't get from those hot rod ones you're always watching. I don't care about the nightmares. I love them.
What's up, everybody? It's your host, Daniel, and we are back with my co-host,
Kelsey.
We are ready. We were literally just hanging out, and we, like, my little brother's still here. He was watching Netflix and, like, was in between, and I guess Us got added. It looked like it got added today, because I didn't see it.
It's Halloween. It's October.
Yeah.
Which is really surprising. I'm surprised it's on there.
Me too, because none of his other movies are, no.
Nope.
And I don't think anything else is ever.
No, everything's on Prime. It's not even on Hulu.
No, it's not even on Hulu.
Well, maybe Candyman was, but I could be wrong.
Candyman's good.
Candyman.
That's funny, because I was just fucking around with old Candyman episode, like, earlier today. So, but anyways, like we were saying, Us is on there, and she hasn't seen it, and she's been wanting to, and I've been wanting her to too, because when we went to Universal Studios for Horror Nights, when you go through the tram ride, you go through the set of Nope, and it has like things from that, and then it also has like the scares are from Us, like the guys with the scissors
and the red jumpsuits.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, I actually went through the original Us maze, and it was fucking cool. So that was cool too. And like this movie, I actually, like, me personally, I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Like,
every time we talk about him in general, you say that one's your favorite.
It is,
even
hands
though
down.
Get Out is my favorite.
And we watched Get Out the other day again.
Get Out and Nope. Those are my two.
Nope is amazing also. But we watched Get Out the other day, and it still, I don't think, holds up the way like his other movies do. But you like it more. You love it more.
I don't know why, but I love it.
So I'm hoping this will knock it off. I think you'll
knock it out of my number one.
Yeah, because Us is so good, and when you get to the twist, and then you actually sit there and let it marinate, and you think about it, it just makes it so much more fucked up. And they're like, "Wow, that is fucking tormented, and that is good."
Is the same like basis as like Get Out, that whole like underlying like fucked upness.
A little bit.
Okay.
If not, we'll talk about it in the second part if you didn't get it. I mean, we'll talk about it before we come back to, so you can understand more, like why I think it's so morbid and so fucked up, but so good. And like I said, I love this movie. It's probably my number one pick for him. And I was so excited when I saw it was on there, because I was like, yes. And then like tomorrow I'm busy. Like right now we're recording and we're not going to watch it. I don't even think we're not even going to start it tonight. Like you're going to have to watch it tomorrow when I'm by yourself. Unless I do end up coming home, but if not, then you're watching it by yourself.
Well, just know if you are home tomorrow, this is your only option.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's fine.
Watch this movie
because I want to watch it too, because I haven't seen it in a long time. So to kind of like go back and kind of like pick up things again would be dope. So I really hope I am around to watch it with you.
Yeah.
If not, I'm thinking I might. I mean, I could fuck around on my phone, so I might put it on tonight, like when I go to sleep.
Also, if you hear things in the background, there's people in the house.
Oh yeah.
And we did tell them to be quiet, but we cannot control a human as much as you think we can. So apologies.
Yeah. And my brother's watching. I put on the Black Klansman for him because he hasn't seen it, and so he's in the living room watching that right now. Because I love that movie. That movie's so good.
I do. I really like it too.
Not horror, but yeah. But yeah, oh yeah, I just got that. I was like, yeah, that's a great movie too. But I'm excited about Us. Do you have like any, like, have you even seen the trailer? Did we even do the trailer? Did we just jump right into it?
I mean, I've seen it so many times when the movie came out.
Yeah.
But I'm the type of person that, like, when new things come out and everyone is talking about them, and I want to watch it.
Yeah, you're like,
I want to wait until everything dies down, and then I'm like, now I'll watch it. And then I'm talking about it like 4 months later.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's like, what, years later?
This is years later, yeah. Because I saw that. Fuck, did I see? I think I saw that when I still lived in Oxnard, which was like a long time ago.
And I literally just saw Get Out and Nope this year.
Yeah, but Nope came out. Was it? Nope came out last year, huh?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't bring my phone in here, so
I think it was over the summer of last year. But Get Out came out like a long time ago. That one I saw. Okay, maybe I'm mixed up because that one I definitely saw when I still lived in Oxnard. Because I remember I was telling you guys, one of our friends that we went to see it with, she like screams. She's like that annoying person that screams for every little jump scare. And it was so funny because it was hard to sit next to her because like she would scream and then me and all my friends would
Can't
like all
hear
jump.
anything.
Yeah. And like to the point where the people in front of us were like turning around looking like okay,
girl, stop.
you need to fucking stop. It's not that
It's not
scary.
that
And it's
bad.
not that bad too, which was what made it funnier. But yeah, I digress. But Us, love it.
Yeah.
And I hope you love it. It's a great story, great concept, great twist, and it's just like a good, like it's kind of I
mean,
know.
like from what I perceive,
Mhm.
which is probably going to be totally like off base, is that there's two of them,
like two of everybody.
doppelganger
Like-
style,
Mm-hmm.
and like one of them is evil.
Yeah,
But I do know that there's like some sort of like weird twist in the end where like this person is this person and it's not what you think.
yeah.
And everyone is just kind of like not against each other, but like they're fighting themselves basically.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm really excited that you're going to see it because you kind of, because like you said, people talked about it in front of you and shit. So you kind of get a concept of like what's going to happen. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone hyped it up too because I feel like everybody loved
Yeah.
this movie. Like, I don't think I ever
Well, I
talked.
think everybody really loves him as a director.
That's true.
I mean, he hasn't missed.
No,
honestly.
not at all. Like, not at all. Even though I don't like Get Out, like, it still like was a good, well-made movie and fucked up and like in its own way. Like, it's still enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I watched that really fucked me up.
Yeah.
At the end, I was like, what the actual fuck is happening? This is awful. But I really liked the movie.
I know we were watching it the other day when he's like yelling at her, "Give me your keys," and I'm like, dude, bro, you already you saw all the pictures, so you already know she's in on it.
Why didn't you just run?
Why didn't you just run? Because we were talking about that. I was like, my fat ass would outrun any of those motherfuckers because my adrenaline would be rushing, and I would know I need to get the fuck out of here right now.
Not even like even before then, when he's standing outside because he's gonna smoke.
Yeah.
And the fucking gardener comes just beeline.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm out.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I gotta go.
We need to go stay in a hotel,
Mm-mm.
babe. I can't sleep here.
Hell no.
But even in that scene, I was talking about like the brother's swinging a weapon. I forgot what he's swinging. He's swinging something at him, and I'm like, bro, homeboy's swinging something at you.
Bat or
I'd be
something.
like, I'm fucking out of here. I'm out. Let's go. Vámonos. And fuck you, bitch, for not helping
Not
me.
even that. Them sitting at the fucking dinner table and the brother getting all weird and psychological. I'm out.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm gonna go stay at a hotel room, or I'm not staying here. I'll stay in town to hang out with you and your family because that's what you want as my like significant other. But I am not fucking doing that. It's like ridiculous
People need intuition.
for sure. But this movie's good.
Yeah,
Keep
well,
getting back.
We'll see.
Yeah, I hope you're excited to see it.
I am.
Yeah, because you wanted to
Now
watch
that
it
I know
without
that
even
it's on
recording.
there.
Yeah, because you were
'Cause
like, "Oh, let's
honestly-
watch it," and I'm like, "No, we gotta do an episode."
I don't want to buy it.
No, fuck no. I mean, I would.
I mean, I would. I bought Nope because I liked it so damn much.
Me too.
I
And I
watch
saw
it
that in
all the
theater.
time.
Yeah, I think when I saw it in theater, and then I bought it, and then like I took a flight. It's what I watched on the flight. It was so
Mhm.
good, but like I didn't want to buy it because like this list of movies we have here, like
I'm gonna add like 2 more movies to that.
yeah, and like the Demeter I'm gonna have is on here, and Pearl and Talk to Me, like all those 3 right away I have to buy. So I'm already gonna be buying some movies for us to do, but
I think
the other
we need
ones,
to put those in some sort of like order of what we want to do the most.
I
You
kind
don't
of
think?
nah, I kind of just like send it. I want to do
Well, I mean, the first one we're gonna have to knock out while Mika's here because
yes, I want to do
we've
that.
both seen that movie 18 million different times.
Yeah,
already.
and so is everybody. So it's hard
Yeah.
to it's dope to find somebody now. Like he's here, so like we
Mhm.
gotta watch it.
Yeah.
But that would be all. Yeah, I want to do an episode with him with that. But yeah, Demeter is definitely on top of that list
Yeah.
for movies I'm gonna buy. But like I have
Because
so
that
many
one's been
here.
out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have other movies here that like we could do that I want to do. So while
Mhm.
instead of buying all 3, like we can break it up too. So it'd be dope.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, you ready to take off?
Yeah.
You've been waiting for this one, huh?
Yeah. I gotta finish my series here from him
Yeah.
because I've seen almost all of them.
And then especially after going through the maze, you're like ready, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I get the whole premise, but at the same time, I was like, you're just scaring me because I'm scared.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck's going on with your character here.
Yeah, I just know
So-
that you're bad.
Yeah.
That you're trying to kill me.
And he scared the fucking shit out of me.
That was so fun. I wish I would have saved the videos. Oh wait, they're on our Instagram. So if you're listening
Yeah.
to this and you follow us on Instagram and you want to see, I did do a lot of filming, and so did Sheeks. My phone died throughout the night.
Mm-hmm.
of us at Horror Nights.
this year.
Yeah, I wish my phone had died, but I wish I could have got more. But I struggle as a person. Like, I'm not one of those people that have to pull their phone out and record everything.
Yeah, we don't do public cringe
Yeah, and like it was like
very well.
even the intro was hard. I was like, fuck, how the fuck am I gonna like record this and not be like one of those assholes like what like with the what up guys?
Yeah,
like
no, thank you.
Oh my god. That main character syndrome shit
Oh god.
like makes me want to vomit on them.
It gives me secondhand embarrassment.
It does.
And that makes me want to crawl into my own skin.
So it's hard, like I was saying, like for us, like in public to
Yeah.
be like, fuck, how the fuck do we do this? Because we both hate it.
Oh, it's awful.
It's awful.
I mean, we did it really sneakily,
yeah,
which is nice.
and it
And
wa-
then everybody's taking video anyway while we're there. So.
right. A lot of the stuff we got on video was like stuff that people were already doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't, and then we weren't like being like those annoying people that are like
yeah.
that.
I could have brought the selfie stick. That would have been fucked up.
I did see a guy walking with like the 3D camera thing like on
Oh,
a stick when
oh
we
my-
first got into the park.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god.
I forget what they call those things, but his
Me too.
action shots probably were like,
But still, I was like, man, that is kind of cringy. Like,
yeah, no.
I like
couldn't.
like we go there because we like to have fun. So like, it's hard to like
We were
put a
trying to
camera,
have
put a
fun.
barrier there.
And still create content,
Yeah,
which is it's a weird balance.
it's a very hard balance.
Yeah. Because we both haven't been in a really long time.
I haven't been in 3 years. My first time in 3 years.
Well, I don't want to talk about the last time I bought tickets. So,
Please tell the story. Share the story with everybody.
okay,
This
I
is
had
great.
COVID. Okay. So I was already like fucked up on like so much ibuprofen and antibiotics. And I was like, this is going to end, obviously. Not the COVID, but me having COVID.
Yeah.
And my friends were like, let's go to Horror Nights. And I was like, yeah, I'm totally down. I'm obviously not doing shit.
Yeah.
So I'll buy tickets. Fully bought the tickets. Was super excited. Picked the day. It was surprisingly easier than I thought. And then the time, like the month comes where we're gonna go to Horror Nights, and my friends have never bought tickets. I was like, I'm not going by my fucking self. So then I go to look at my ticket. My dumbass buys Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. We live in fucking California.
I love this.
And I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? I talked to every Orlando Universal Studios employee I could. They're like, yeah, you're shit out of luck.
That's fucking wild.
You
that
could try
they
to
can't
sell it.
even
I'm like,
help you.
how the fuck am I going to sell it? I live in California.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I'm like, can I get a refund? No. Can you just transfer it to California? They're like, well, you'd have to submit. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to eat that.
That sucks. I wouldn't have. I'm too what? I don't know.
I tried for so long to get it to switch. Nah. And now I get Universal Orlando promotions.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
So you get
We're-
to be reminded of your mistake on the constant.
every time.
What we should do is go 1 year just because.
Yeah. Well, I know what's going on there.
The only thing that sucks is I don't know that park. So like to be like, oh, it's on the upper lot. It's like I don't even know where the fuck I am.
No.
Versus this one, we were talking about that Universal California is fucking small. Like, and honestly,
We realized how small it was once we were there.
yeah, I honestly have never been a fan. The only thing I like to go there for is Universal Horror Nights. And the rides they have open are like the better rides. All
Yeah.
the other rides aren't like Despicable Me. Okay, it's cool if you have a kid. The dog one, okay, if you have a kid. Like even I haven't been on the dogs one, but a lot of those other rides that they don't have open are like if you got a kid, like their
Well,
kid.
yeah. I mean, we went last year,
Yeah, you and
and
Finn,
yeah, and we did the whole park within like 2 hours, and then now we're like, what the fuck do we do?
because she's so small, you couldn't get on the other ones, huh?
I mean, she could get on majority of them, but she's not gonna get on fucking Jurassic Park.
Oh, that
It's December. She's not gonna get wet.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
anyways, we are gonna take off. I think
Yeah, we've made this way too long tangent about my fucking stupidity.
it was worth it. Worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know if you didn't, because I want to know if somebody else out there's done the same thing. Because
I
you know
don't
you're not the
wanna
only
know.
one.
Come on,
You're not.
who else does that shit?
I mean, I've never heard about it until I met you, and I was going, and
I
you were like,
fully
"Make sure you
blame
get."
my COVID brain.
That's fair.
Because I did other shit while I had COVID too. I don't even remember feeding the dogs. They could have died. Fuck if I know. I was in my room.
Oh, COVID it up.
Yup.
That's funny. All right, guys. Well, we're off. I hope you stick around and hope you enjoy. What's up, guys? We are back. Movie is watched twice.
I feel as though this is going to be a little unhinged because we got a little bit of the zoomies right now.
We've literally been sitting here
Giggling.
giggling for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
I'm under a blanket. I'm totally fine.
I'm like hot. but this room doesn't have any like air AC, and if I turn the fan on, like you hear it just in the fucking mic. So
We're not gonna do that.
no, but yeah, it's gonna be a little unhinged. We've been fucking just
Giggling.
yeah. Anyways, Us. What did you think about it?
All right, we're gonna get into it. That was fucking scary.
Yeah.
First time I watched that, I was by myself. I have to admit, Daniel was not home yet, so I was like, "Oh, I'll be fine."
Yeah.
It can't be that scary. No, I was fucking terrified. I had every fucking light on in this house.
Even the back porch one was on.
Yeah, because if they were coming for me, I got to see from all angles. All right. And at first it was fine, whatever, and then it really got me when they were in the house and she started speaking. I said, "Fuck no."
The way she talks, or she's like,
No, ma'am.
I remember.
Oh, that's fucking awful, okay?
Yeah.
That is no, I'm sorry. Let's back it up.
When the princess.
When they're standing in the driveway and the dad makes a little noise.
Dude, that made me laugh though.
And the kid just starts into the bushes.
Yeah.
I don't need that shit. Why does everything always have to fucking crawl? I
Yeah,
don't understand.
you don't handle that well.
No, I don't. Because in theory, I could just kick the little fucker.
Right.
But I don't need it to crawl because that just it triggers something inside of my body.
It's funny you say that because one of the scariest mazes I've been in was over by CSUN. They had like this house that they turned into. It was like a bunch. It belonged to the campus. Like it was like a sorority kind of thing or whatever. And it was owned by like the arts department or the theater crew. So they turned the whole thing into a haunted house during Halloween, and it was like $5 and you got to do it once.
That's not bad.
But it was like a small group. But the line was so long, and that's what made it so good. But anyways, there's a part when there's like this girl on the floor and she's like a contortionist, if I'm saying that correct. But so then she does that, comes crawling at you like that. Well, I was at the back of the pack as we're walking through, and then I felt something behind me, and so I turn around and she's on the floor doing her like contortion thing, like crawling behind us, and I was like pushing the people, like, fucking go. I'm like, it's behind it, and it bugged the fuck out of me.
I think too, I don't want anything touching my fucking ankles.
That was the thing. It
Come
felt like
for the top of my head.
Oh, it's giving me
my
chills.
shoulders, my arms. Fine, I can like fight you off real quick, but do not touch my fucking ankle. That is.
And it's funny because too when I got home, you were in the middle of it, and you were at the part when they killed their friends, the neighbors, and it was funny because the one twin is like crawling and jumping and chasing, and you're like, okay, that's what's gonna fuck me up because that reminds me of like that reminded you of like zombie stuff, and that's what you don't like.
At one point when she like flips her over, she just automatically flips her ass right back over and starts crawling, and I said, hell no. This little white girl ain't gonna come at me like that.
She's fucking frying or fucking cast iron pan to the head at that one part.
Like that at all.
And the little boy just crawls like the whole movie.
Okay, another thing. I love that they all don't talk but her, obviously, because they are mimics of everybody, right? So at one point when they're sitting on the couch, and, she's telling her the story and she's just like petting the little boy. Yeah. He's just making the most awful fucking noises the whole time.
Oh my God, like he's breathing. Like
he's just like, oh yeah. And I'm like, the fuck is that? He's like purring like a cat. I was like, no.
He has a temper.
Also, my favorite part in that whole scene, they're fighting. She tells the daughter to run.
Yeah, she's like, she sends her. I love
the real son, he's like, go play with each other. And then he locks them into that closet, right? And she and the tethered mom and the regular mom, they're fighting, and she has her face in the glass. This is my favorite part of that whole fight. They're listening to the little boy scream, and the regular mom goes, that one's yours. And she gets up and starts walking towards him really quickly because she's like, fuck my kid.
Yeah.
That was so funny to me. I missed that the first time around, but last night when we were watching it again.
Because that was good, because I remember when I was watching it with you, and I had already only seen it one time when it first came out. And so when I got home and I was watching it, I'm like, oh, I was picking up on stuff. And I remember I told you, I'm like, we are going to have to watch this again tomorrow because you're going to pick up on stuff and it's going to make it a better movie. And I think it's so good. I've talked about it in other episodes. When a movie is rewatchable,
Mhm.
And when a movie is so rewatchable that when you watch it the second time, you pick up on stuff. You're like, oh, like when we talked about Trick or Treat,
Mhm.
like that's one I watch every year on Halloween. And to watch it, I mean, I've already watched it so much. I feel like there's nothing for me to pick up on.
Mhm.
But when we watched it with Danny and Jasmine,
Mhm.
and I rewound it back to the beginning, and I was like, see, that's the
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Like see that guy watching her behind them, so like you pick up on things.
Yeah.
And that's what was good about watching this again. So even when we were like rewatching it last night, and I had told you when you at the end you find out that the girl who's the tethered is
Mhm.
really the original human,
Right.
and that the girl that you're following is the original tethered.
Yeah.
And
They switchied.
and I tell you, like, it's more fucked up in my opinion because how she talks about like, oh, when the princess found blah blah, I forgot, found a man, or I found Abraham. It's
Mhm.
like, and I didn't have a choice, and she's
Mhm.
like, because you guys were, Abraham was tethered to your
Husband.
your husband.
Mhm.
She's like, so when you had a child,
I had a child.
but she's like, you gave birth to a beautiful girl. I gave birth to a monster.
Yeah.
And she starts crying. And then that's when, like, seeing it again, it dawned on me too, because I mentioned it when I got home
Yeah.
watching. I'm like, if you think about it, that means, because she said I didn't have a choice. That means every time they made love in the real world, she was being raped by this like monstrous man. Because even
he's
she's
huge.
Yeah,
I mean, well, obviously they make him look bigger because
Right.
he is, antagonist.
right, but like he's just like you see how he doesn't speak, and there's like when they show the underground part when they're showing,
Mhm.
like they're just like creatures more than people.
Yeah.
So like to know that she's just being like no emotion, because she's like she even says, she's like, it doesn't matter if the princess loved her man
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't have a choice. And then the part when she's like, oh, and then you had a second one, a boy this time,
Mhm.
and they had to cut the princess open to pull it out, and
She did it all herself.
she's like, I had to do it all on my own. It's like that.
damn.
Yeah.
Somebody has a grudge.
Yeah. Oh no, it makes sense. She's like, yeah, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
And she's like crying while she's telling the story.
Yeah.
And seeing it now, you know that she's not really a bad guy.
Mm-hmm. She's just angry.
She's angry. It made me feel for her. And I've even when we were watching it last night, I was like, do you feel more for her now? Because she's crying while she's telling the story too. That's what makes it so
Awful.
good. Yeah, and it makes it awful because you're feeling her pain, but it made the movie so good. And I
Yeah.
love this movie.
I was thinking about like all the other ones that we watched from him,
Mm-hmm.
like Get Out, Nope,
Yeah, because we just watched Get Out too.
and Candyman. I guess you can kind of throw that in there.
Yeah.
It's not as original, but
No.
this is the scariest fucking one.
Yeah.
This one scared the shit out of me. Also, that part where he takes the dad onto the boat and he's standing in the back boat. He's just like, oh.
Oh yeah, when you hear the screeching in the off ground,
I
he's
said,
like,
fuck that screeching. Hell no.
I love
How many
the
of them are
dad's
fucking
noise.
out there? Also, I can't hold my shit in when the dad starts making that noise. I just start laughing.
Yeah, we both were cracking up because he goes, oh.
And then the neighbor dad, absolutely not.
The
Do
shrieking.
not make those fucking noises around me.
Yeah, those screechings were good,
Mm-mm.
but like,
Also the fucking twins,
Yeah.
with their fucking blue eyes, they were scary.
they were.
They were fucking terrifying. When the mom goes back in there for the keys,
Yeah.
and she's on top of her and she's screaming, and the twin is screaming. No, that scared me.
I'm happy that it scared you because I think
That
this is a
actually
good
scared
scary
me.
movie.
That actually did scare me.
And it, fuck, what else? I just had it in my head that I liked about that too, where it portrays them. Oh, it was the daughter, like the daughter, the tethered version of the daughter. I
Mhm.
thought was the scariest looking out of everyone. Even like Abraham with his big
Yeah.
ass self, like her just smile, no makeup, and like her skin like looked like dry and just untaken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And then like her like slicked back straight hair, like
She did. She looked a little possessed.
she did. She looked scary. And it was funny because, not funny, but it's like the mom even said, she's like, oh, you gave birth to a beautiful daughter. I gave birth to a monster. She described her own daughter
Mhm.
as the tethered version of her daughter as a monster. And then you kind of see that. And it was, oh man.
I always thought it was kind of funny too. So when they hit the daughter in the car, you know how like
Mhm.
they finally leave the neighbor's house,
Yeah.
and they're going down the street, and then the daughter is on top of the car, and she like throws her into that tree.
Yeah.
the mom was going over there to talk to her, and she's like actively dying.
Yeah.
And the mom is comforting her
Yeah.
as she's dying.
And what's crazy is now that you've seen it again, you know the reason she's doing that is because that is her. Because even when the little boy is walking into the fire, she's saying no.
Yeah.
Because she herself was a tethered.
Yeah.
So she feels for those children because she was, when she left being a tethered, she was a child too.
The only thing that didn't make sense to me is in the beginning when she's telling the husband, I don't want to go to the beach.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back there.
Yeah.
Is that because she didn't want basically this to happen, or she didn't want somebody to find out?
I think it's because she knows what's there.
And she thinks that
she's
something's gonna happen.
Because remember, her son went off and she freaked out a little bit then. She's afraid that because Karma's a bitch.
That's true.
I think this is what I think. This is my personal belief. Is she thinks that her kid, her own children, or her own family, like someone that she loves, is gonna do the same thing that happened to her human self and find the area where the tethered come out and like do the swap kind of thing. Or it's because she's afraid she's going to go there and kind of run into herself again. Like, kind of like what you just said. Like, she's afraid that she's going to get Karma's a bitch.
Basically.
Or it could even just be the fact that as she doesn't want to go back there because of the guilt or like the trauma of like, she knows what's there and she doesn't want to be near that. She wants to distance herself from it. Because obviously they've been to that home before.
Right.
But the fact of her going to the beach, she's like, I don't want to go to the beach. I don't want to go there because that's where she came from.
That makes sense.
But that's all I think. I don't know.
That makes sense. I tried to Google it like halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
Like what other people's perspectives are. Of course, like a good majority of it is like political.
Really?
Obviously.
Why do they always do that?
Because of the time the movie came out and the shit that was happening in the world, they tried to, that's like a big message in all of his movies, especially Get Out.
Yeah, is political. Yeah,
it's very, very political. So was this one. And then he made Nope, which is...
That's true because...
It's semi-political, but like there's a lot of it that is... You can read into it in the other direction.
Yeah, because I think with Nope, you can pitch that because they were African-American owned company, that's why they weren't being used. But it also, so if you want to get racial and political that way, but you can also throw like in that they stopped using practical... Because nowadays they don't use practical effects. They use CGI. So even the part when in the first scene with the horse, and
right.
when OJ is there, they get rid of him and the horse, and you see them wheeling in like a green screen horse.
Yeah.
So they can even pitch that in the time nowadays. These companies are losing money, blah blah blah. Or you could go on the other end and pitch it that it's a political, like it's based off political and racial stuff. But I don't know. I'm sorry about my chair, guys. I've had this chair since fucking forever, and I try not to move around, but every time I move, you hear that. So that's
fine.
me fidgeting. I try to sit still when we would do these.
I'm trying to read to see if what was the main thing
For us?
No, for Nope.
Yeah. Well, we don't really need to. I mean, me and you can talk about it later, but I don't want to put it too much in this one because I do.
That's why I was like, when you said you wanted to record the rest of it, I was like, I don't really want to bring up the political part of it. I'm literally just going to talk about the horror of it all.
Yeah, and I agree because in my head I kind of get. I mean, we talked about it on the side.
Of course, it's very in your face,
right? But because even you were like, oh, it's so good in that aspect. But like I said, like I try not. You've heard other episodes. We try not to bring. Sorry, there's the chair again. Try not to bring that into the episodes.
Yeah.
Which is better anyways, because we could just sit here and fucking have a good time, talk about horror, especially a movie like this. Like I talked, you said Get Out's your number one, and Nope was number two. And in the first half of this, I wanted this to knock out, and it did it, or do you is Get Out still up there?
No, I think this one's taken like the top priority now.
Me too. This is my favorite one of his.
But you know what? In the same sense of it being political, did you hear my stomach just then?
I did. You could hear on the mic.
I am so sorry.
That's funny.
Wow. Anyway, excuse her. The first two have like such a message, and I think I like Nope so much because it's not as apparent.
Right. Like
in your face.
Like what Mika said when we did that one episode on what was it? All Fun and Games. We talked about how annoying it is when they put it in your face like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, come on, we get it. We're not retarded.
Get his
hard R.
I get
that's a
his
bad word.
overall theory of everything and like how he wants to make his movies and how he's doing them so like well.
Yeah.
Even politically, he's doing it really well.
Mm-hmm.
That people obviously have to. Some people just don't have fucking common sense.
That is
and
true.
It's not very obvious to
we,
them.
We live in a world that's
yeah. But horror wise, this was fucking terrifying for a good majority of it. The first time I saw it,
yeah.
like I said, I was by myself. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna make some food.
Yeah,
so
you were in
maybe
the
I
kitchen.
cannot be so fucking scared. Because as everybody fucking knows, Danielle's house is haunted as shit.
Yeah, for all my friends that have been here many times, my house is very haunted and everybody knows it. And I just kind of live in it and ignore it.
We don't ignore it. We just let them do their thing.
Yeah. Because you said you had like that one day when you actually saw something. And that was.
I continuously do.
Yeah.
I just, I let it vibe on the side. I don't need to talk to it.
But it never like this house again is haunted. Like if you come here and you stay here, you will see stuff. Everyone has seen stuff that has been in my house
or hear things.
Yeah,
we've heard things. I think a majority more than see things.
Mm-hmm.
Like
even when we were recording, I think we had an episode. A couple episodes ago, where while we're recording, we heard something fall in the kitchen.
That was the one with your brother.
Oh yeah,
it was a fucking fork in the sink. Nobody was in there.
Yeah, it sounded like someone chucked a fork into the sink.
Oh, and someone sneezed the other day. See, like he's not doing anything. He's just, he's living his life.
Yeah,
we're coexisting with a ghost.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of like what we were saying, a lot of my friends and shit will be here and either see or hear stuff and not say anything until we sit and talk about it. They're like, you know what, motherfucker, I did see something in your house, and thought you guys were gonna think I was crazy if I brought it up. And it's funny as fuck because we did that when we went to Nestor and Jasmine's house, right?
Yeah.
We were chilling in the garage drinking, and then we started talking about how fucked up my house is.
Yeah, so let's just say the horror movies in this house are like 10 times worse because it's fucking scary in here. And I was by myself and I was like, well, I really want to watch. I'm not going to fucking wait for him.
Yeah.
And I had to leave the room a little bit because I got a little scared. Thank God.
Yeah, you were like cooking, but like the food was like done and you were just standing.
And I was just standing in the kitchen staring at the TV. Like
with the beer in your hand. I'm like, what's up? What are you doing?
I'm like, I'm safe here. From whatever the fuck is happening on the TV, I'm good right here.
Was Palpatine was inside too, right?
Hell yeah, I'm letting him inside. He's gonna protect me. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do because he's also a scaredy cat, but
yeah, that
it's
dog's
fine.
fucking dumb as shit. He's got a smooth brain.
Smooth brain. I'm trying to think of other things that really fucked me up in this movie. The mom obviously being the number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The talking was good. And it's good when you find out why she talks like that. It's because like her throat was like crushed as a little girl. by the tethered version.
At first I thought it's because like none of them talk.
Right. Exactly.
This is me watching it for the first time. None of them talk and she's the only one that talks. So it's kind of like fucked up because she had to learn somehow. But I thought it was wild that, we finally went into that weird, it's not a haunted house. It's like a fun house, right? Like
yeah. Because there's like a house mirrors and shit.
And it goes down to that basement, that long ass escalator.
Yeah.
All the way in there. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
What is this? And all those fucking rabbits are around.
Oh yeah. Remember she says like we had to eat, I had to eat raw rabbit meat.
Yeah.
Shit, rabbit don't taste too good too.
Oh God, I don't want to know.
Oh yeah, you hate rodents.
I don't like that. Ugh.
You don't even like rabbits as they are.
I don't like their bones.
Yeah, we were talking about this. You said I don't like the way rabbit
to hold a guinea pig. Ugh. They're like little bones in like their arms and their body. Like I don't want to have to feel that.
Yeah.
In my hands. I don't like. I love rats. Like when people have like rats as pet, they're so cute. Don't fucking touch me. I don't want to feel its bones.
One of my friends, they had a hedgehog.
That too. I don't like the small rodent. It
was
just
weird.
freaks me the fuck out.
And then I kept thinking it was like sneezing, the noise it was making. And they're like, oh no, that's it hissing at you. And I'm like, why did you put this? Because they walked over and like, here, hold this. And they put it in my lap. And I was like, what is this thing? It's spiky. And like, oh, it's a hedgehog. I'm like, oh, okay. And I went to pick it up and it's going or like making this sneeze noise. I'm like, oh, what's it doing? Like, is it sneezing? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
And they're like,
what the fuck is this wrong with this thing?
They're like, oh no, it's hissing at you. It's trying to scare you away. I'm like, okay, here, take this thing from me, please.
Ferrets. Negative.
my god, they're like what's it called? What's they called? It's something noodle. It's like I forget what it's called. It should make me laugh though. They're like noodles.
Yeah, I don't need to feel their bones. It's
Oh,
disgusting. My friend used to have a rabbit. She used to terrorize me with it because it was just awful.
So the rabbits in this movie scared you is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, they got the fucking red eyes and shit.
They did.
I don't need that.
That was so I didn't understand what the rabbits were there for. The only thing I can think of,
I think it's a clone thing.
that's what I'm thinking because they talk about
People like the clone shit. They'll start with animals first.
right because they said they made copies
Mhm.
of the people, and that's how they were making the tethered.
I wish they went into that a little bit more.
I think they went in. To me, honestly, it feels
Do you
like they
think
went into
explained
it
it
enough. Because the way she explained it, she goes, they found a way to make copies of people, but they didn't know how to copy the soul. And that's why they were the way they were.
Mhm.
She's like, and then they abandoned the project and left the tethered there to like wither and die.
Mhm.
Well, when that happened, instead, because the tethered are still connected to the real people,
Mhm.
when the people were breeding in the real world,
Mhm.
they were breeding in the tethered, and because they were connected, while they would like eat, well, they had all those rabbits, so they would eat also there in the tethered. So in my opinion, she explained it enough without like getting too obscure of like, well, how did they make the copies?
What's really
You know what I mean?
What's really wild is that like she was there when she was, I don't know, you tried to say she's like what, 7
Yeah,
when she got taken.
yeah, 7 or
She's
8.
the biggest fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all those rabbits in there. And then at the end of the movie, she's probably like what, our age?
Mm-hmm.
Probably like
In her 30s.
30s.
Yeah.
How many fucking rabbits they got down there?
Well, rabbits breed like that, so that's why it would like they breed so fast.
That's true, I
and
guess.
so often.
See, another reason why I don't like fucking rodents.
Why? Because they get it in so much.
Nasty.
Just kidding.
You don't need to make more of your tiny little bones.
And I think that's the reason why there were so many rabbits and why they were able to
Mhm.
eat them, because it makes sense. Because in that sense, like you
Mhm.
could poke a hole in the plot right there. It's like, well, what are they eating down there? Well, rabbits is something that breeds so fast and so
Mhm.
often and produces so many that it could be a realistic thing that if there were already hundreds of rabbits down there from them testing
Mm-hmm.
and making copies, that leaving them there to breed also would produce enough rabbits that these people could eat them raw. And even then, like, because they're soulless, like brainless, like the tethered are, they don't have to be fresh rabbits. They could be eating like a day old rabbits that's been sitting on that table. You know what I mean?
That's true. I don't think they're brainless though.
No, they're not, because they were able to kind of untether themselves.
Yes and no. I mean, obviously she's the one that organized them to go at the top, but
Yeah.
a good example of that is the neighbor's wife, Kitty.
Yeah.
When she finally kills her.
Right.
She's in her bedroom putting on her lip gloss.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm so pretty.
Yeah.
I'm
that's-
so pretty.
that's-
And then she like goes right back into being like a weird robot and wants
Yeah.
to kill the mom.
Because when her husband and that's dying, she's like crying.
Yeah. And then she,
And then she starts laughing. So not brainless, but they're
That
like,
was scary too.
that was scary.
I
Because
don't
she's
like
like,
that.
she's like screaming, but there's no audio because it's like mute. Like she herself isn't
don't-
really screaming.
Yeah, I
and
don't
then
think
she starts
anything's coming
laughing.
out of her mouth.
Right. Because
She's just forcibly making her body do that.
right, because in reality, like as the human, that's how the human version of her would react, and she
Mhm.
saw her react that way to the human version of her husband dying.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I think as the tethered version, she did that. And that's why too, why they're coming up and killing, because then it separates them. Because like, remember the little boy, when the little boy would
Mhm.
do stuff and the version of him would do it too.
Mm-hmm.
That, and even the Abraham, when he like goes and fixes his glasses, the like tethered version
Goes
like,
and fixes his
go-
glasses.
and even though he's not
But
wearing
he doesn't
any.
really need them because remember he puts them on. He's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
I think at the end when the mom comes out with the little boy, and we finally get into the ambulance,
Mhm.
she's like, "It's okay. They're not gonna do anything to us now." That's because that version of them is dead.
Right.
So now they're the only version.
Of
no one's
themselves.
gonna like,
be hunting them down
yeah,
because there's no one tethered to them
anymore.
anymore.
And then they just drive off and see everybody holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's spooky.
Yeah.
Because like, what are they gonna do now?
Go to Mexico. That's where they were going.
I know, and the little boy knows.
Oh, he totally knows. The way he was looking at her, he's like, wait a minute, bitch.
But he can hear them. I think you can hear them talking the conversation.
Yeah, because he was hiding in the locker room, in the
Mhm.
lockers.
That and I feel like he can feel it.
Because there's a difference now.
I think too, because the the tethered version of the mom didn't hurt him.
Yeah.
She just hid him away.
Right. She wasn't trying to hurt him.
Mm-mm.
Because herself is human. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Now that I think about it, yeah, I guess they were trying to kill them because I'm like, she protected him, but when they're all in the house, she, the daughter went after the daughter and the husband went after the husband.
She just saw the version of her son die, so she probably was like, well, I got this one.
True.
That's the only thing I can think of.
True.
But if I would want, I don't know. It kind of makes her justified, I think, with what happened to her.
Yeah.
Like, because even she's like, when I always think about how when we met each other, you could have taken me with you. Because if you think about it, like, the humans obviously don't know that the tethered are down there doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for them to just, like, again, she was originally a tethered. For her to come out and just do that to her, like, when she says, like, you could have just taken me with you. Like, why did you do that?
There's fucking two of you. What the fuck was a mom gonna do?
Yeah, but I mean, even then, if they would have taken you, it would be like, Mom, look what the fuck I just...
Hey, went into the beach, down to the fun house.
Yeah.
Found me.
Yeah, but even then, it was the tethered one that left her. So
yeah,
it was in reality, from the beginning, the tethered were evil in a sense because that's what they would have done. And that's what she did do. She left her there and then fucking dipped out. And then, so she fucking rounded the troops up, said, let's all fucking go up there then.
You know what's kind of fucked up too? Because there's, each one of them has a tethered.
Yeah.
Her mother was down there, but she couldn't comfort her at all because she didn't understand. Yeah. That's fucked up.
The mom and the dad.
The mom and the dad are down there.
So she went down there, found her tethered version of her parents.
Of her mother.
And was treated like that.
I mean, who knows how she was treated? Because obviously she's comforted on top.
No, but even then it was different. Remember, like, soulless is the best way to explain it because that's what she says.
Comfort her.
Right, because remember the part when he wins the T-shirt, he kind of like mimics the T-shirt smiling, and then when she takes the T-shirt, his smile goes away and he goes back into the like robotic version.
Yeah, that's fucked.
So like anytime it's like come here, it's like kind of weird and creepy, and even then like because that was creepy as fuck when you see downstairs how the tethered act, like to know a normal human girl that didn't grow up in that. To get dropped into it and be like, okay, now you're raised in this, like that would be so bothersome. And then the other thing eerie. Too, I think I showed you it's the analogy of the cave, where like you're in a cave. I'll try to run it down super quick. You're in a cave. You're facing forward. All you can do is face forward. Behind you, there's people that you don't see. You don't see anybody, and they're moving across. There's two lights. Like lamps, and they use that to move like objects in front, and all you see in front of you is these objects, and your whole life is just that, seeing these objects, and that's all you see. They unstrap you and they throw you out of the cave. Now you're enlightened, right? You now see the sky. You see these objects like zebras and shit, I think is how they explain it. In real life, you see these objects for real. You see what the world really is. You see the real world, right? Then they take you back and strap you in, and now you have to explain to everybody else what the real world is, and no one believes you. So that's kind of like the analogy of the cave. So now, and the idea is that you can never, as a person, can never like unlearn what you've learned.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can never be unenlightened. And that's what that kind of this whole thing reminds me of. Like she, as the tethered, is the person in the cave that gets thrown out into reality. Well, instead of her going back, she takes someone from reality and throws her in the cave. So now this girl who has experienced eating real food, living outside, living with real parents, is now down there eating raw rabbits for the rest of her life, with like you said, a family that can't be nurturing or caring, and around humans that can't human
at all. No emotion, no
language, just and
I don't fucking like that at all. I don't fucking like that. And I just forgot what I was going to say to you, but I think, what was the other thing that I was going to say? Because I know you like to talk about the use of soundtrack in a movie.
Oh, yeah.
This one was so good.
It was so good. I love it.
Loved it. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I like how, you're introduced to the characters, but you still understand them by the time they get to their lake house or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But then it's like right away, boom, everything starts happening.
Yeah.
Instead of it like being over the course of a couple days.
Yeah, it all takes place in like 24 hours.
Literally, like one night.
That's so true. I didn't think about that.
One fucking night. And they're standing out in the driveway. Oh, that's another part that scared me. The
What?
mom's talking to the dad about the mirror girl. And then the power goes out and the little boy's standing in the hallway and they go, ah!
Oh, yeah.
He's like, go back to fucking bed.
With his creepy mask.
Yeah. And he's like, there's a family in the driveway. He's like, no, there's not. And he goes out there, hey, go away. And he finally did, all of them are staring at them. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go back inside now. Call the police. Call the police right now. She's like, I did.
Yeah. Well, that was funny too. Like, call the motherfucking police. You ain't got
Seriously.
no gun. Call the people with guns.
Seriously.
And the dad being like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean,
It's
obviously,
perfectly
like,
fine.
with the way I am, like, we would just handle it. But like a normal civilian, yes, call them. It's like, yes, you need to call the fucking police, okay? Like, come on. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Back to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Obviously that it's iconic that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
I got 5 on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the part where the neighbors are getting killed and it plays fuck the police,
Yeah.
dead. That was so good.
Or good. It starts with like good vibrations
By
and it's
the Beach
so,
Boys.
Yes, and it's so good. Like you're saying, it like matched it
Mhm.
because it was like not a good vibe.
Mm-mm, it wasn't. And they're just getting fucking mauled.
And then they say, call the police. And it's like, fuck the police. Like,
Fuck the police. That was so funny.
but I loved, like what you said too, that song, like, I've
Mhm.
got 5. Like, that was so good. And then even it played throughout the whole movie.
It does.
Like, multiple times. And then, like, the part when they're fighting, the final fight, and it's
Mhm.
just the instrumental during that. Like, that was so cool. And, like, you were just saying, something I bring up a lot is the use of soundtrack to me audio and music and everything
Mhm.
is very important in creating the atmosphere you want.
Yeah.
And this movie took a song that's iconic, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
and made it so good for this.
Yeah. It was great.
It was great.
It was great because it was instrumental.
Yeah.
And you could still know what the song is.
Yeah.
But then they added more to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that the whole fuck the police song, that was really good that it didn't just stop after they died.
Yeah.
It kept going when all the rest of them were kicking the shit out of that family.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
I was,
It's still playing as the daughter and the son are going up the stairs and they're going to go find the mom
yeah.
because she's with the tethered mom.
That's so funny. I didn't even
Mhm.
notice
I
that.
love that it did that.
That is funny. I just was so into watching what was going on that
Mhm.
my brain and shut that off. That I
Yeah.
didn't even notice that. That is cool.
Because then eventually it does stop,
Right.
but the tethered kitty,
Right.
the other mom, she has her own little moment where she's putting on that lip gloss. It's like a whole different soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because she's having a little moment. But then it goes back to it because they're coming up the stairs.
Right. And they're in the main living
Mhm.
area and then the moms are in a room
Yeah.
separate.
I do also love their little funny moment when they're all sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're not fucking going anywhere.
Like, it's safe here.
And he's like, would you like to tell that to Kitty? Because she's right here. And she's just dead on the ground. And the twin tethered is like on the coffee table.
Because they're all sitting there watching TV, and right in
Yeah.
front of them is the dead twin, or not. We find out she's not dead,
Not
but
dead.
her body's right there on
Mhm,
the
on the
coffee
glass table outline. And then she's like, does this mean we get to drive their car? And Dad was like, meh.
I loved
right.
that part. I loved the comical relief in this too.
Right there, right in the middle.
Right.
Right in the middle.
It makes it. I glitched there. I had a stroke.
Oh my God.
But it broke up the movie very well.
Yeah.
because
It is fucking funny.
like when they go down there talking in the.
I'm going to drive. No, you are not driving. I have the most kill count
Yeah, I
of
have
this
the highest
entire
kill-
family. No, he has 2. I have 2. I have 2. So nobody does.
No. She's like, no. She goes. She's like, no. I killed the both twins, and then the kid in the back.
No. I just killed the other one. I killed Kitty.
Yeah, the kid in the back. I killed Kitty, and the dad's like, I have the highest kill count. I killed myself, and I forgot the
think
neighbor's
it's like,
name.
maybe it's like Ben or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's
And I
like
killed Ben. 2, 2, 1.
no, it's just because everyone else is 1. It's like 2, 1, 1, 1. Oh no, because the mom has 2.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Get in the fucking car.
Get the fucking
That was funny. I like that they put a funny moment in between.
yeah. Because they did that a lot with the dad. The dad kind of had comical. Because
I think that was to show that he had no control over the situation at all.
and I like what you said when I mentioned how they made the Abraham, the tethered version of
Uh-huh.
him, so massive and scary.
Because they wanted the regular father to seem so small.
You said soft, which
Soft.
I liked, because during the movie he's very more friendly, and even the way he does like his glasses and everything, he seems like a soft man. He doesn't seem
Scary.
macho or scary. Because when Abraham comes around, that motherfucker's big. That motherfucker's macho. That motherfucker's
And he
scary.
just picks him up by one fucking ham and just
Carries
throws
him by one leg.
But
too.
I think that was to show that the mom is the one that was in charge.
That is true.
Because when she runs off, when he gets taken by the tethered mom from the ambulance, after the tethered boy gets burned, the dad looks at the daughter and he goes, "Don't worry, mom knows where she's going." How does he know that?
I don't think he knew. I think he's just like.
I think he made. I don't know. Maybe this is me just reading too far into it, but like he made a connection that she obviously knows who that girl, the tethered version of her is, because she was explaining to him the mirror girl.
Yeah, I think that's what you're saying is she knows where she's going.
Yeah,
because she mentions how she ran into her twin self, her doppelganger kind of thing. That's why she knew where she was going.
I tried to, when she was explaining to him that coincidences were happening.
Yeah.
I tried to watch the second time we watched it, I tried to find more, but I can only see like one or two.
Yeah, they were all just the obvious ones. Like
the frisbee, the landing on the exact spot of the towel.
Yeah, the 11. And then there was a couple other ones, but like they were all like very obvious in your face.
Yeah.
Which was kind of good because like we were talking about, like people nowadays aren't very smart. So if you make it obvious, and like I said, I had only seen this movie once when it first came out. So seeing it for the first time, you seen those, like you just said, I only noticed the obvious ones.
One or two.
Yeah, that is good because a lot of people don't rewatch movies, I feel. No. I think I'm one of the only people that love to rewatch. Like besides you, like you rewatch. I
do rewatch way too many of them.
Yeah, like right now when I was doing stuff and we were about ready to come record, I came into the living room. You're watching Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah,
which I know you've seen 1,000 times.
Literally 1,000 times. And I put it up for your brother.
Oh,
like a child.
Good.
It's like, here you go.
Here you go. Watch this while we go record.
We'll be right back.
But I'm happy you loved this movie. I love it.
I really liked it.
I love it.
Yeah, this one was scary, and it was funny, and the soundtrack was really good. The storyline was really good, and I liked the actors in it a lot.
Me too.
I think the actor that plays the mom, fantastic.
Yeah.
She did such a good job. She's also in another movie about zombies.
Really?
Yeah, about little kid zombies. It's called Little Monsters.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be funny.
She's
a teacher to all these little zombies.
Wait, is that the one where they're at like some kind of camp thing?
Kinda, yeah.
I think I did see it and it was okay. There's like we'll talk about it after, but we'll take a look. But what something that you just mentioned that kind of sparked my interest when you said that the actors were so good. If you think about it, they all had two roles.
Yeah.
And they did them very well, like to the point where they felt like that they were different characters.
Yeah. What's the I always forget her name.
The one from
Handmaid's
Tale?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
She does horror pretty well too.
She does. She did
she's
the
in that Invisible Man
yes.
movie. And I think it's 50-50 what people say, like they like it and they don't like it.
The Invisible Man?
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
She's also problematic, but let's not get into that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. See, that was I do a pretty good job at ignoring it. That thing with like when actors are problematic, because then it like
I don't want to ruin it.
I don't want to ruin it. If I like their acting and then find out that they're a piece of shit, then I'm like, man.
Elizabeth Moss, that's her name.
That even sounds like a creepy name.
Well, I'll tell you why she's problematic after this, but the other guys, the husband's name is Josh.
Oh, Josh.
Go figure. Anyway, the husband too, I was telling you, he's been in the Tim and Eric show.
Oh, yeah. But I loved how they did a good job at feeling like different people, even though they were just the same person. Just one was the tethered and one was human. And I thought that was great.
Especially those fucking twins, man.
Oh my God, that was so good.
They were scary.
That's the other thing too, because they were kind of just like normal, like teens, like as twins.
They were kind of annoying because they're twins.
Yeah.
And they were constantly fighting.
Yeah.
And I was trying to see if there was some sort of connection there. Not really.
No.
I tried to also because in Nope, they obviously live on a ranch.
Yeah.
And the ranch below them is Jupiter's.
Yeah.
his name is Jupiter. The sun's name in this one is Pluto. I tried to see if there was some sort of like weird connection we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
I can't find it. I gotta like deep dive into
You're
like.
probably just reading into it. I bet you find
I
some
want it.
weird
I want there
Reddit
to be
thing.
something. Yeah, I want to.
In Get Out, is anyone named after a planet?
No, I checked when we started sitting here and I couldn't find anything. They're just weird white people.
That's funny
Yeah.
as fuck.
But I like it.
I did too.
I like it a lot.
I think I'm tapped out. I can't think of anything else to say about
I
this
think
movie.
we covered everything that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
It's
this-
scary.
This is a good long episode, man. We didn't even really get on any big tangents like we do in some of the other ones. This
No,
was
sometimes we can go off.
yeah, we did a little bit, but not as bad as we usually do. But we kind of really talked about this movie a lot.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I think it's because I loved it and I was excited,
Mm-hmm.
and you ended up loving it, and
Yeah.
you had a lot to say about it, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just all around, like you've said it. We're beating a dead horse here, but this was a very well made movie.
Yep.
All around.
All around.
And that's all I have to say about it. I think, like I said, I'm done.
Me and my very loud stomach, we're good.
I only heard it once on the mic.
It's fine. I can hear it. It's very loud.
I keep like, I notice it, and I don't want to bring it in the light too much, but I crack my fingers a lot, and
Oh, I guess I don't pay attention to that.
I hear it, but I always do it like behind the mic. I'm sitting here and I go like, and like they're not doing it now. I'm trying to do it because I just did it, and then like me in the chair, I think I just heard it again, but like
The chair's the loudest.
yeah, it's kind of annoying.
But I'm embarrassed about my stomach.
It's
She
okay.
didn't have
I
to
can't
do
wait
me
to
like
hear
that.
it.
I don't want to hear that back.
Well. Anyways,
Anywho,
we are off. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it, and stick around for some more good shit. At the time of this recording, our Patreon is
Mhm.
live. We're also
Mhm,
working on getting
mhm.
merch and shit. This episode is being recorded way early. This probably like right now it's not even Halloween yet,
Nope.
and this probably won't even come out till mid or late November.
yeah.
So, if I make announcements here, they won't matter. So, I guess we're off.
Bye.
Bye.